Hello and welcome to my January 2021 TBR. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now this is the video where I will be doing my TBR mostly based off of someone else's TBR game. We'll find out more about that as we get to it. But the first book I need to find out, I'm going to go ahead and get pulled up. It's weird thinking I don't need to do the random generator numbers to see how many books I'm going to read. But let's do the coin flip. Heads is a biography, memoir, or something about an individual person. Tails is pretty much anything else. And this is the nonfiction read that I will be doing for the month. So it is on Tails right now, so let's randomly flip. And it's on Tails. So, what book do I want to read that's nonfiction? So the book I am selecting for this prompt is The Celts. This is a brief history of the Celts. So this is about a group of people. Let's see, it says this book must become the standard introduction for anyone interested in Europe's ancient Celtic civilization. So, yeah, I am definitely interested. It's not that long. It is just over 200 pages. It looks like 221 pages. It does have a list in the back for further reading, so if I do like what I read, then there's suggestions to delve more into the Celts. So this will be my nonfiction read for the month of January. The next two books to figure out are the audiobooks that I will be listening to. So let's mix it up. Okay, now, audiobook number 1, just got it from the top. Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. So we really all know the story of Peter Pan, have heard it, whether it's from the Disney's movie or however you may have watched it, but about the boy that never grows up and falls in love with Wendy. So I've never read the book, and so it'll be interesting to see how different the Disney adaptation is from the book, and I imagine it is quite different. Okay. One fell out, but we'll go with this one on the bottom. There's 2 of them, so we'll go with this one. And the second audiobook is I'll Never Tell by Catherine Mackenzie. I'll Never Tell is an adult psychological thriller, mystery fiction, suspense, mystery thriller. So this one sounds really interesting. So there's a gal named Amanda who was found bludgeoned to death on this camp location that their family estate kind of resides on. And so it's following the time of 20 years later. I imagine it's going to be a dual timeline because 20 years after she was found murdered, because they were never able to solve it, the family is now getting together because the parents have passed away. So the siblings and them are getting together to discuss what's going to happen to the estate. Each one supposedly holds a key or a puzzle piece to the mystery to help solve what happened to Amanda. In the will, it does stipulate that nothing can be settled with the estate until the murder of Amanda is resolved and all of that. So I imagine there's going to be some family drama, and I don't know, it just sounds interesting. I mean, a person found bludgeoned to death in like a canoe or a boat. Okay, let's see. All right, here it is. Okay. And I am to read a book from an author from, can you see that? England. Let me see what I've got. I'm pretty sure I have some authors from England. For the book from an author from England or the United Kingdom, I'm going with a series that I'm trying to work my way through again. And I am on the 4th book in the series, and that is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. As we know, she is from England. One book I will be adding to the TBR is a buddy read that I will be doing with Lexi from her channel is Alexandria Rosalind. So I will put her information below, but for the month of January, we will be buddy reading Emma by Jane Austen. So I have a slip that I've worked out that tells me what page within each week I need to be on. But all I really know about Emma is it's this gal who really at first doesn't want to get married. She seems kind of full of herself in a way, smug, superior, is fine trying to set people up with a match, but yet she doesn't want to enter a relationship. But I think she does at the end, though. So I just know very little about this, and I have not read this yet. I do admit I've seen a movie version of this, but it's been a bit, so I don't remember all that much. But so I'm going to be reading Emma with Lexi from Alexandria Rosalind. Again, I will have her channel information linked in the description box below. Okay, so I will be basing the rest of my January TBR on another booktuber's TBR game. I have the booktube channels that I have gotten in contact with the creators and gotten their permission to record their videos and put them on my video, and base my TBR off of their games. Now, I am filming this on December 28th in the evening, so not all creators have their January TBR videos out yet. So if I pull someone from the jar that does not have their January video out yet, I will base my TBR video on their December TBR game. So just be aware of that. Now, one thing that I did, some of them will have book jar or TBR jar or something like that. I didn't have that, but I found in the basement this glass. This was my great-grandma's on my maternal side, so my mom's grandma. Just this little glass cup. So I have put some books, titles of books in here, and this will be the TBR jar. These are not, because some booktubers will say it's a mixture of books that they want to read and some they're no longer interested in. No, I'm interested in all of these. It's just making them more of a priority, and some of them have a letter next to the title to signify to me where to grab that book. That's all that means, like T for top drawer, B for bottom drawer, because I've got them in some drawers. So, but if that comes up, I will be pulling from here. In my jar of TBR creators who have games that I'll be basing this on. Let's see who the creator will be. Got one? Now, before I reveal this creator, you may have noticed that I did not do the random number generator to indicate how many books I will be reading. That will be based on this person's TBR game and how many books they select to read for their TBR game. I'll let you see before I can. Wild TBR by Sasha from the Wild Sasha. And I will put her TBR, her channel and like the TBR game I'm basing it off of in the description box below. Okay, so as of right now, she does not have her January TBR video out. So let's find her TBR game. Let's see. Okay, so this will be based on her December Wild TBR. So this will be based off of her December TBR game.
So row number 1. It is a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's hope I don't mess up this, because usually I mess up. I go then there and there, whatever. So it's a 1 and a dark green. So let's pick a card here and see what it is. We have an adult book.
Okay. Okay, for the prompt adult book, I will be going with Wednesday Walks and Wags. This is by Melissa Storm. This is the second in a series called The Potluck. Let me see. The Sunday Potluck Club. So this will be my selection. This is a contemporary and it is a chick lit. So I don't think this follows the same characters. Well, I know it doesn't follow the same characters. This one follows from the first book. This one follows a gal by the name of Bridget. It starts with her 1 month after the loss of her mother and dealing with her grief and how she works through that. She's a vet tech, going to college, I believe. So she's got a very tight schedule, and so it's dealing with how she deals with grief for the loss of a parent. I believe, if I remember correctly, everyone in the potluck club lost someone dear to them from cancer. So Bridget, in the first book, was the friend of the main character, and I'm totally blanking on the main character's name, but Bridget was one of the friends, and so I think it's probably following the same timeline as the first book, but from Bridget's perspective. Okay, let's go to prompt number 2.
Roll number 2. It is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a 3 or an orange red kind of thing. Okay, that's a funny one. Vertical title on the book spine.
Vertical title on the spine. Okay, I'm going to select Red Rising by Pierce Brown. As you can see, the title is vertical on the spine. So this one we're following Darrow as he wants to basically free his people, find his wife maybe. It says that she was taken. It says he will stop at nothing, and he may have to become one of the enemies to reach his goals. So Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I know this is a well-loved series, so I look forward to see if I am going to love this as well. Okay, let's figure out the next prompt.
Roll number 3. So it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's a 4 yellowish. So it is an underhyped book.
An underhyped book. So this one, I have not heard anyone even talk about the first book in this, and I absolutely love the first book. It is a middle grade, and that is Spirit Hunters, The Island of Monsters by Ellen O. So here's the title. Yeah, I checked out the first book, which was just Spirit Hunters, from the library on my phone, so I was reading it as an ebook, fell in love with it, had to get the first one, saw it was a series, got the second. So this one we're following, it's Harper Rain and her family. They go on, looks like on a vacation to Razoo Island, and then of course things start to happen. She is able to use some powers. It says she knows something weird is happening in the spirit realm, but can't seem to make contact with any ghosts. So there's that. I think, I don't know, I just remember absolutely loving the first book. So I am so excited to get to this one.
Through number 4. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 3 red-ish again. And it is a 5-star prediction.
Okay, so for a 5-star prediction, I'm going with a book that I read in high school and absolutely loved. So this will be a reread for me, and I predict that I will still absolutely love it and give it 5 stars. I was not back then rating it, so I have no idea what I would have given it. But I'm going to be rereading Up the Down Staircase. This is by Belle Kaufman. We're finding a teacher who wants to kind of shake things up, kind of wants to help the students think differently from what they normally think in a way. What I am intrigued about this one is this was the very first mixed media I ever read, but I didn't know that that's what that was called. So I don't know, it made it fly by, and I just remember absolutely falling in love with it. So one thing that I do like is the parts are broken up, but it looks like it's a blackboard with chalk writing. So you have lesson plans, there's math problems, English problems, letters, emails, lists, things like that. So I am really excited to reread this and see if my love for it is still there. And I predict that it is, and that I will give this a 5-star.
Okay, fifth one. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, this is actually the first time we're getting one like this, that color, and without a number on it, which means I'm actually gonna pick a book randomly like this. Is it focused? Okay.
Okay, so as you can see from her prompt number 5 or roll number 5, she got the one where she pulls a book out of a TBR jar. I'm glad I put this together. I just created this today, put books in this, and I get to use it today. So let's shake it up. Okay. These are tiny. Okay, going with this one. And okay. And this one is The Beast is an Animal. So this is a YA book, and the reason I say YA is the main character is, I believe she's 15, and I think it's pronounced Elise. It's Alys. So this talks about, I love the cover, by the way. So this talks about Elise, and she had a twin sister at one point, and I think that's right. And this place that she lives, the adults fear these soul eaters. So I'm not sure what a soul eater is, or let alone what the beast is. But she takes a journey into the dangerous woods, and the dangers that she faces are not in the woods are not as big as the dangers and fear that she faces within herself and what she is. There's magic involved because she has these powers, and people are afraid of the powers that they do contain. So it sounds like they may suppress them as well. And this was written by Peter Nell van Arsdale. So now I am just going to throw this piece of paper away. And if I don't get to this book, then it'll go into a different location, like into my closet or somewhere on my bookshelf. So it won't go back to where the books are that are in my TBR jar.
6th row, and it is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again that color.
Okay, I'm excited I get to use it 2 times today. This one. It's a long one. What is it? The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. I have absolutely no idea what this one is about. Let me go grab that. Okay, so The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. So you can see there is a dog there upside down. So that's interesting. And then this does fold away into a cover like that. which are just quotes from authors, or like the Washington Post, where it says this is both clever and observant. So this one we are following Christopher. It sounds like Christopher might be on the autism spectrum. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that and see what I think. But from the back, because it says he knows all the countries of the world and their capitals, every prime number up to 7,057. And this is what kind of I get. He relates well to animals, but has no understanding of human emotions. I get some human emotions, but I do struggle, but I do relate more to animals. Let's see. He cannot stand to be touched. Circumstantial. And he detests the color yellow. The thing that makes me think he might be on the autism spectrum is I know that with the autism spectrum, a lot of people on the autism spectrum don't like being touched. They know certain facts, and I don't know, it just, to me, it sounds like that. I could be extremely wrong. But let's see, it says that he is trying to figure out what happened to a suspicious death of his neighbor's dog. So, yeah, okay. So obviously death of a dog, that will be a trigger, and that's something that I will have to deal with, because that is very hard for me to read, let alone watch in movies and see in real life. So there's that. So on Goodreads, this is classified as fiction, mystery, young adult, classic psychology, realistic fiction, but is also classified as adult fiction. But young adult comes before the adult, so we'll see. So I looked up on the internet, there's a video on YouTube. I will try to have it linked below, where the director, because this has been turned into a play, and the director of the play says it follows a 15-year-old boy who, it's a mystery, and the character is actually on the spectrum. That's what he says. So my suspicion of what was on the back is confirmed. So I hope this book is not triggering to me with anxiety and things like that. But this will be the first book I've read with autism rep. Yeah. And I've had this for so long. I can't remember when or where or anything, who gave it to me, if I bought it, I don't know. But I look forward to reading this. And especially now knowing that there is autism rep in this, to see if the autism rep, from what I understand, is true. And I know that's a spectrum, so it could be, who knows, but I hope it is handled well. That's my main concern. Okay, so that is 9 physical books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, so 9 physical books. So 9 physical books on my TBR. I also have 2 audiobooks to listen to. That should not be a problem. I'll just find time to craft. And where I am, I'm going to put this down because it's heavy and I'm losing them. And especially with the audiobooks, where I will be having, I think this is very doable this month, especially where I'm taking a week off of work due to knee surgery for a meniscus tear and whatever else is going on, because the doctor mentioned a few other things, so he's going to clean some other things up in my left knee. So where I will have that week off in recovery, I'll either be sleeping, watching things on my phone, or reading. And with the audiobooks, hopefully I will get some cross-stitching done too, so I can just sit up when I'm not moving and trying to do physical therapy and get moving and stuff and strength back in the knee, that I will probably cross-stitch. And because I do want to finish this cross-stitch I've been working on for years, so I'll probably do that while I listen to the audiobooks. And I hope to do that because I did read the 2 audiobooks from my December TBR, and I'm not going over that because December was just a month with crazy with working in retail, being busier, and so I obviously did not complete my December TBR. I didn't even finish my nonfiction book on the Kindle. I did read the audiobook. There's a couple of days left in December, and I hope to finish the buddy read of Don Quixote. And there were 4 books on my TBR that I did not finish. So I'm not worried about it. It's just been a crazy month. And then with the injury with my knee, however, I did that. And just, when you're hurting like that, sometimes you just take an ibuprofen and, and try to go to bed early so you can sleep and hopefully sleep so your body can try and mend it. And, just stuff. Just stuff happens. So that is my January 2021 TBR. I am really excited. I think the book I am most excited about getting to is The Curious Case of the Dog in the Nighttime. I think I am most excited to read that, especially with realizing that it has autism rep. And again, I hope it's handled well, but I am really excited to get to that. As far as the other books, of course, I'm excited to get to them. I do look forward to the buddy read with Lexi. So again, I will have her channel listed in the description box, as well as Sasha's channel. I'll put in there, as well as her December TBR game video. That will be linked in the description box as well if you want to check that out and see what books she selected for these prompts, which I highly recommend. And I hope you guys have some exciting books that you're looking forward to reading in January. Let me know, and maybe I'll add them to my, if I already own the book, to try and move it up the priority list. Or if I have not heard of the book, then maybe it's something I will mark as that I am intrigued by and will want to check out. So definitely let me know what you're planning on reading, what you're looking forward to, what book you're looking forward to reading for the month of January. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.